What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B with this week's haul video. I promised you I'd have you some good stuff today. You know, I'm sitting there wondering, I've looked back at my videos and my audio seems to be so off, so I'm not sure if this thing's even working. So let's just test it. I put it up here, let's see if it makes a difference, but I don't think it does. But anyway, so if the audio's off, it's because I don't think my lapel mic is working. And I've been having some trouble with my charging port, which is what this thing plugs into. Not really wanting to connect, so I may have to get that fixed. But at any rate, what are you going to do, right? So I promised y'all some good books this week, and man, I'm telling you, I'm all sweaty, and so if you see some dirt somewhere on me, it's because I just got done doing some yard work, and it's miserable hot, and then all of a sudden it just started raining. So, rained for about 30 seconds, really hard, just enough to boost that humidity up. But I'm done with the yard work, ready to relax for the evening. Got me some fried chicken waiting to eat, and big old glass of sweet tea, so I'm pumped. But at the end of this, I'm going to have a question for the group. For my subscribers, a little hot topic that's popped up in one of my comic book collectors groups on Facebook, and it's an interesting one, and I thought I'd get y'all's input on it. That being said, what's going on in the news? Same old, man. The video trailers dropping for everything now, but and so far hasn't anything really just stood out that's made me think, holy crap, this is going to be amazing. Why are these things? My box, I have a few storage boxes under my desk, and my ankles or my shins keep bumping them, and I'm like, I don't remember them ever doing that before. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited for Spider-Man. I think everybody's excited for Spider-Man. People there's mixed reactions to Supergirl because she said something that people didn't like, and oh god, we got to boycott it now. I'm done with it, man. You know, with the exception of something just downright disgustingly evil, like what's his butt from Red Hood #1 that made the disgusting comments about someone being assassinated in broad daylight in front of God and everybody and their wife and kids, and they just thought that was hysterical. I'm not going to support someone like that, but just because I don't agree with somebody's opinion is not a reason for me to boycott anything. So I'm not going to boycott it. I'm going to watch it. Whether I go to the theaters or watch it, I don't know. Whether I stream it, you know, on a streaming platform, I don't know, but I am going to watch it one way or another. But that being said, let's just get into it, because it is 8:30 at night now. I'm late getting my haul video out. Had a lot to do today. Usually this is my day of relaxation, but there was not to be had today. So let's get started. I got a whole bunch of foil facsimiles to start off with, so I'm going to get them done first. You know how you guys know how I mark out whenever they have a Marvel DC crossover. So when this came out, the full facsimile, I grabbed it. I do have the original of this one, but it's foil, so I'm going to get it. It's a 4-parter, so I imagine there's going to be the other 3 parts. I'll probably get them too. But Justice League, Avengers, yeah, I'm going to probably get that. I'm going to probably get all 4 of them. And I'm going to get the full facsimile. I don't have all 4 of the originals. I have #1 and I think #3 of the originals. So I really got to get that. I got to complete that little mini at some point. Speaking of completing the mini, this is the final part of Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller 4-part story. You know, arguably one of the more significant Batman stories ever told. Arguably, don't come at me. It's not my favorite. either, but you can't argue that it is definitely iconic. And this is the last part of the foil facsimiles, so I was happy to pick that up. Next up, a second printing. I don't usually do second printings, but I loved the cover so much. It's got so much going for it. It's DC Marvel crossover. It's Del Auto, and it's Black Suit Superman and Black Suit Spider-Man, and it's foil. So I got it. I got a second printing. The first printing of this is going pretty good on the secondary market. So I don't imagine the second printing is probably gonna do that much, but I didn't care. Love that cover. Love that Del Auto cover. Love that it's Black Suit Spider-Man and Black Suit Superman. That's just cool. And next up, another copy. I told you I was going to get it because it's a foil copy. Man, I wanted the foil. But it ironically came out a week later. Still a first print, but it came out a week later than the A covers. But it is absolute Green Arrow #1. That foil goodness. So I picked it up. It was a good story. Not mad I got it. All right, but that's it for the Midtown haul. Now we got some eBay hauls. Here's where we get into the good stuff. The good stuff. First up, I picked up a Superman number 254. And this is some Neal Adams goodness. Love Neal Adams. And Superman being mean to a crippled kid. From this moment on, Billy Anders, I bequeath all my superpowers to you. Sure you do. I think you pushed him down. I'm just saying. Because Superman still has all his powers. And I haven't seen Billy Anders anymore. So, so just putting it out there. But it's Neal Adams. Love Neal Adams. Next up, little minor key. World's Finest, number 178. First appearance of Nova, which is like a powerless version of Superman. So, and I got it. Is that a tick? Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Something was crawling on my neck. Might have been a tick. Might have just been who knows. I'm sure I got a tick somewhere. But anyway, another Neal Adams cover. Little minor key. Not it's not the best of shape, best of conditions, but it's God, it's as old as I am, so can't expect it to be near mint, but love it. It's Neal Adams, and I got it for a good price, like $5, I think. So I picked it up. One more Neal Adams cover. Love this cover, but it is Superboy number 143. It's not a key, but man, I love this cover. Superboy apparently had forgotten that he could fly, so he's falling, but just love the artwork. I say it's down, down, and away for Superboy in the big fall. But definitely love that. That's it for Neal Adams. So who else do I love? Nick Cardy. That's who I love. And this one's a little dark. Another Superboy, number 189. Apparently, this is the Curse of the Hangman's Noose. And it's walks in and it's, oh no, Jonathan, Dad. I posted this in my comic collectors Facebook group that I'm part of, and somebody commented and said that's really dark for that time period. And I'm like, do you seen Neal Adams and Nick Cardy covers? And I'm like, it's kind of what they do. That's the third cover I've posted of somebody hanging. So I don't know. But I love it. I like the dark covers because he's right. for the time period, it is kind of dark. So, and that's what intrigues me about it is that they would post, that they would print something with such dark undertones like that. It's just fascinating to me. And now a little surprise for you, non-comic book related. I was at an outdoor flea market here. It's about 20 miles from my house. We go to it once in a while. Always go through there to look for comic books. I didn't find any comic books. As a matter of fact, people were kind of closing it up early outside. It was really hot, and I guess they weren't getting a lot of business. So there was only a handful of vendors left. And I found this, and I was skeptical at first because, you're in a flea market, and, whenever you run across something like this, you question its authenticity, But the guy says, these are going for about $89 on eBay, and I was like, I don't believe that, but I mean, you might have found a listing for $89, but I don't think they're selling for that, and they're not. But he said, I'll take $5 for it. And I was like, well, for $5, I will take a chance. It is an action figure, but it's not comic book related. And it is Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy himself. And it is signed. I questioned the signature, but I bought it. I paid $5 as if it was not signed, thinking, okay, if it's not legit, then I still don't mind paying $5 for it because it's cool. I like Gabriel Iglesias. So I took a gamble, paid the $5, and if it's a fake signature, and I still wouldn't feel too bad about it. But I went online and I found some signatures by him, and this is pretty dead on. So I am about 98% sure that this is authentic. And who forges Gabriel Iglesias' signature on anything, really? So, the desirability plus the signature comparisons, I'm going with that's a legit signature. And it is hand signed, so it's not machine signed. But I was stoked for $5. You can't go wrong, right? I'll add it to my action figure collection. And as far as I'm concerned, it's legit, and you're happy to. I'm happy to let you guys screenshot that if you want, and go look online and compare it to some other signed merchandise, even some signed action figures. So I found a listing for this going for about $45. So his $89, a little inflated. He's trying to sell me on it, but for $5, I was like, you don't really need to make shit up to sell it. I'm sold for $5. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Would you have paid $5 for a fluffy action figure, signed or not signed, but potentially signed? And I think that's legit. I'm almost 100% positive that's legit. So I was stoked to pick it up. All right, finally, my question to the group. I stumbled on a little divisive topic in my Facebook comic book collectors group. Somebody posted a picture of this comic and said, I think that this is going to be a monster key in the future. And people chimed in. Some people were, well, the majority of the people were like, nah, not really. Nah, not really. But there was a few people that were like, yeah, I think it has potential to grow to be a big key. I'm on the fence. I think it has to do with the absolute universe. I think the absolute universe is going to cool off after a while because DC has a bad habit of finding something that people like and they get all excited and then they run it into the ground, and it'll be absolute Mr. Freeze. There'll be absolute everybody before it's all said and done. There will not be a DC character that doesn't have an absolute version until you get fatigued with it and you get bored with it and you're over it. So I think that it's going to slow down but I still think that this one is going to, at the very least, hold value. Whether it increases and gets up there in stupid value, I don't know. But it is DC's all-in special. Number one, I have the foil wraparound cover. Of course, I got that version. It's still the first printing. The A covers are going for around $60 on eBay. So I mean, it's got some heat to it. The foil cover, which I have, is going anywhere from around 45. It's kind of all over the place. It's 45, 65. So I don't know. But here's where the question lies. It is listed as the introduction of Absolute Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. It doesn't say first appearance. It doesn't say first cameo. It says introduction. Is this the first appearance of Absolute Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman? Would you consider it a cameo? Would you consider it advertisement for Absolute Batman? Does it not count as an appearance at all? But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is the first appearance of Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman? The introduction of the Absolute universe? Do you think it has potential to spike? Do you think it's going to fall off, be a dollar bin book in 6 months? Do you even feel like this is a first appearance? If I had it graded, I never did look to see what CGC calls it, because we all know CGC dictates what key books are and what key books aren't. So to me, I feel it's a first appearance. It's not like the first couple of pages of Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman #1. So it doesn't like print the first pages, so it doesn't constitute an ad for me. It's a preview to me, but it ticks the boxes as a first appearance. I mean, they're there. There's dialogue, plenty of it. So, but it's the introduction. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you have this one? Are you holding on to it? Are you specking on it? Do you think it has potential to grow? Do you think it's done where it's at? Do you think it's going to drop? I'm curious to know your opinion on it. But that being said, that is going to do it. We're going to make it short and sweet today. Keep it under 30 minutes for a change, I know. But I'm going to go eat me some chicken, drink me a glass of tea, because I've got cotton mouth, and no, that's not why. Been outside in the yard, and I'm hot, miserable, and tired. So I'm going to go eat me some chicken, drink me some tea. But before you guys go, do all those YouTube things we love for you to do. Please, please, please like, subscribe, comment. Definitely like. I get a lot more views than I do likes. Costs you nothing. Costs you nothing to hit that like. And it helps me out tremendously. You have no idea. But that being said, that's going to do it for this one. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.